Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 2 of the 2024 Dynamic Discs Open, presented by Dynamic Discs. We are at Champions Landing, formerly the Emporia Country Club. Largely the same course. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hotkeys.
Honk. Blustery out there. We're going to see the sun for a moment and maybe have some hope for a nice day, but conditions are tough. The back nine plays so hard. We are watching a lot of birdies out there, more than yesterday. You can see Missy, Gannon, 2 down on the front nine, Hailey, King, 1 down. Again, yesterday was, 1 down was the hot round. We're seeing Kat Murch and Jessica Weiss shoot 3 down so far through 11. Quite a bit of movement, not a lot of ladies under par.
Yeah, this course is playing tough for a number of reasons. That it's hard, the conditions are hard. It's the 4th event of a 4-week stretch and everyone's a little tired.
A little cranky, maybe.
Yeah, but we get to go play this one cool wooded hole, hole 10. It's 585 feet. We play the same tee pad as the men, and it is a very, very challenging hole. Your tee shot has to go really far to get to the right landing zone to be able to attack the green. Everyone wants to do it, but not a lot of people are going to be successful because of how tight the gap is at the bottom of the hill. Playing for par is fine here. If you get a par, you're okay with it. It's really, really tough to do that second uphill shot, especially since there's OB everywhere.
This looks like a really nice shot from Hanna.
Kind of a safer play.
Yeah, she does get past that one tree you have to beat. And as Madison was saying, to go back downhill and then uphill from there is really tough. You want to do it, really hard to do.
Yeah, it takes a really technical hyzer flipping shot that pushes really straight, pushing the tree line the whole way down. It's really risky, and that's the only way to get the birdie, though.
Hailey with a decent play, leaves it a little high, catches some trees. Missy super low, but on the fairway. She's definitely just playing for par. Emily with a low shot as well. Looks like she gets around the corner.
Missy just going to try to make sure she misses to the right of that line of trees. Everything else after that, it doesn't really matter. She can't quite reach OB yet. It's going to be great. She'll be about 180 feet from the basket, uphill.
Uphill with that one big tree in the way and the cart path on the left pretty close, so still a touchy up shot even though you're close.
Yeah, Hailey giving it some good zing, really low and linear to make sure she gets underneath that low hanging tree line. Not quite enough to get up into circle 2.
Hanna in a good position to attack, doing that hyzer flip play that Madison was talking about, but you do just need to put a lot of height and even a little bit more turn to get there. Got to be hyper aggressive.
Yeah, even in the perfect position, it's so tough to get there. Emily has to throw right at out of bounds. She's not trying to do too much here.
I think she was trying to get there. Does catch some branches. She's fine, though. Just a teeny bit undercommitted from Missy. Not bad, 20 feet away. Emily chips up a sidearm. She'll have a little bit of a putt. Looks like it's fairly calm on the green right now, which is nice.
This played as the 4th most difficult hole of the day, so you have the 1st and 2nd most difficult holes, and then follow it with the 4th. There were only 2 birdies, only 3 people to circle 1 in regulation, and only 6 to circle 2 in regulation. Oof, tougher than I thought.
Dang, let's see, gonna miss high there. I don't know, I didn't play this event last year, so I do like this hole versus the 2 par 3s that we had. I do think it's better. Still hard, though.
Yeah, there's got to be something we can do to make it a little bit more scoreable, but it's close.
Yeah, basket just a little closer, maybe.
Yeah, Jessica Weiss and Stacy Ronsley both got this 3. This one averaged at just over 3/4 of a stroke over par.
Missy, unfortunately, going to go back-to-back bogeys here. Everyone else on the lead card going to take a par.
A chase card check-in on the following hole with Hall and Hanley.
This is where we saw Lisa Vegas hit that nice circle 2 putt right before, well, I guess on the front 9 coverage. That's a great shot.
Holland buzzing the basket, almost catches the koozie. She's inside the circle. And makes good on the birdie.
Yeah, Business Holland really looking in control out here. Getting a few bogey strokes, but they are hard to avoid in this Kansas wind, but capitalizing on a lot of birdies.
Catmerch holds on to that hot round still with 3 down, minimizing mistakes. 1 down is good for everyone on the lead card right now.
We've seen it a couple times now. Hole 11 is a par 3, the hardest 316 feet you will play. The trees on the right kind of blocking the hyzer shot. There are trees on the left too that can come into play if you don't get enough turn. Do you remember the wind on this one?
It
was like tail.
Yeah, it was tail right to left.
Right to left? Yeah.
But mostly right to left.
So much more favorable than yesterday. I assume there'll be a few more birdies or at least a few more circle 2 looks, if nothing else, than yesterday. Hanna getting caught up on that corner.
And that's a pretty common mistake. A lot of people land in that tall grass just short of those trees. Another common error is ripping it over right, trying to work that right tree line. There is an OB line over there, but Hailey unfortunately did not go that far into the rough.
Emily keeping it more center cut is gonna be, wow, inside the circle.
Yeah, nice.
Great shot.
Distance flex line.
It was a Star Destroyer.
Missy going pure hyzer line.
All right.
Big distance, Missy.
Dang. Thrasher. Wow, she made it look so easy.
Hailey in a really little technical spot on a pretty simple hole, but she is good for it. Wow. Catches the cage.
That would have been an absolutely insane birdie. She should have gone from both knees.
She would have made it.
Uh-huh.
God, so close to going in. Hailey again winning the award for most interesting way to play this hole.
Yeah, she does that a lot, huh?
Hanna just pitches up. A lot of competitors doing that. Only 11 people got to circle 1 in regulation, 17 to circle 2.
Nice birdie from Emily.
That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this lady? She's great. She's looking so collected and professional.
Does her hat say absolutely not? Period? Yeah. All right, I'm a fan.
Me too, instantly.
Missy with a nice little birdie and a much more boring hat.
There were 9 birdies on that hole. We got 2 on our lead card.
A lot more than yesterday. Wasn't there only a couple?
Yep. A nice wind today. Missy Gannon, good enough still to be in first place. Hole 12, a technical 353 feet. The way the drone's flying is the forehand route. It would be a very risky backhand with that out-of-bounds cart path all the way down the left side. There is an out-of-bounds line going down the right as well in the tree line, and it is so easy to find if you catch a tree and kick right or just get tangled up in the branches a little too high. Low and linear and powerful is what it takes to get to the green here. Emily with almost the perfect line, but she hits some leaves and gets dropped down out in circle 3.
See, Missy with that big distance here. She's going Zeus, stabling up in the wind. With the opposite wind from yesterday, likely going to see less birdies. That's a great shot, though, from Missy.
Yeah, some really great ground play as well. This hole played a little tougher than yesterday with the left to right crosswind, but Hanna looks like she is unaffected by it.
That was her drive, ESP drive. Never sounds like a disc,
yeah, like no duh, it was a drive.
Yeah, if I ever make a disc, it's going to be an approach disc called the Approach.
Hailey gets caught in the tree that catches everybody. Leaves about a 200-foot approach.
Catches that last tree on the way into the green, leaves a long putt. Hailey looking pretty forlorn about it.
Spending some time in the shade.
Emily just going to chip up outside the bullseye. Her touch sidearm game is really solid.
Yeah, it is. Only 4 people got to circle 1 and only 13 to circle 2, but a big jump. Missy with a soft bid from circle 2. It's hard not to run at this one if you're close enough to be able to.
Yeah, it looks like the wind is down here as well. Strong bid from Hanna. She's not having a bad round at all. Just the one bogey, the rest pars. Actually kind of an insane round, honestly, to be that clean out here. So close to getting some birdies.
Hailey, that tree right in her way to be able to do a putt for par. She's going to have to settle for bogey at best. There was only one birdie today. On hole 12, Sai Ananda got it. She was on Erika and I's card, and she was at, 15 feet?
Yeah, nearly parked it. It's very cool.
Great shot. But everyone right now in the back of their mind knows that even par is going to skyrocket you up the leaderboard. So it feels okay to just continue stacking up pars.
Isn't that why we play this sport? To just be okay.
To just be mid. So mid. Like Hanna Huynh is firmly on the string of gray, and that's
fantastic.
Like that is a beautiful scorecard right there.
Never been more excited about the string of gray. Jumping ahead to the third card on the 13th. Lisa Vegas going sidearm here. This is a tough second shot. Got to swing under those trees.
Nice little ground play.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Lisa starting to put together a very nice round, it looks like, in the back.
Yeah, being patient, which is, I think, number one rule on a day with conditions like this.
I thought it was just to implode.
Then I followed the rules.
Ricky. What? What just happened? Wysocki blows up the basket on the 16th. I don't know what that is, but it definitely bombs.
Hole 13 is a par 4. I have not seen anyone take this path that the drone is flying, which is all over hazard. We are going to see more along the lines of what we just saw Lisa do, going out to the left with a sidearm or a turnover. There is OB on the left side and one tree that can just die. It is so mean and right in the way. Let's check in with the chase card.
I feel like it is one of the few trees that I wish would just vanish from the earth.
Yeah. Holland going to go sidearm just like we saw Lisa do. You do want to land just to the right of that tree. This is a perfect spot, but still a technical second shot.
Ooh, Holland gets squeaky through those low-hanging branches.
Nice. Looks like that gets Holland to 1 under on her round. And you do see a lot of backhands on this one. That is pretty low and early from Emily. Probably not going to be able to birdie from there. It would take something crazy.
Yeah, it's scary to throw a backhand on this one because the wind was a little bit right to left. And so if you show the underside of your disc, it, like once it starts hyzering, it just continues to get carried. Missy does a great job of keeping hers on turn the whole route of the disc.
You cannot throw that backhand better than what Missy just did. Hanna really early going to find OB.
She's laughing because it looks like she just threw a hyzer out of bounds. She knows.
Okay, Hailey King tried to go absolutely huge yesterday. Went OB, not hazard, all the way to the right. That is big and fine.
Completely different from yesterday as far as game plan goes. I don't know if that's intentional because no one plays like Hailey does, so it's hard to crawl into the mind of someone you don't know. But
it also like totally different wind, than yesterday.
True.
So the shot shape looked similar-ish. Crazy height. Hanna having to go around with a really sharp turnover line.
Yeah, she was trying to get to the green, but unfortunately the wind just smushes that disc down.
Missy going backhand, trying to get under these branches and get a little skip, and she does. Great shot.
Hailey's second shot, she's out in the clear, avoids the one tree narrowly, and she's in the bullseye for a tap-in birdie. That's
another unique way to play the hole.
Yeah. Emily breaking apart the hole very smartly. Third shot right under the basket.
Man, right after we praised Hanna's string of gray. Only her second bogey of the round. Missy with a little bit of work left here for a birdie, and she leaves it low.
This was one of the holes where it was a tailwind, but halfway through the hole would just sometimes randomly flip to a headwind. But thankfully, once you got to the screen, it was relatively blocked, nice and calm. Hailey was one of 10 birdies today. About half the field getting to circle 2 in regulation at minimum. This was in the top 3 easiest holes today. Wild.
I mean, it's under 500
Yeah.
as a par 4. It's just very technical.
And everyone figuring out how to play it safely.
Mm-hmm. Except for Hailey, who's so risky. Cat Merch still with the hot round at 3 down, but Missy Gannon hanging on to her lead by a stroke.
Hole 14, it's a big one, 893 feet, but a par 5. These trees throughout the fairway are perfectly placed to make this wide fairway feel like 2 very narrow fairways. You just have to decide which route you're going to take. Don't go up the middle. Ideally, your second shot is landing somewhere around this brick wall and you have a nice, easy chip over the hill to this basket, but that is just not how it works out. A lot of times your third shot is somewhere in that no man's land near the out of bounds pizza slice. We're going to watch Lisa Fakis on the third card with a forehand off the tee. I think that's a really smart play with the wind today. It was kind of a tailwind. Left to right.
Yeah. Lisa going backhand on the second. The pizza slice that Madison was talking about is just over that wall that we see on the left side of the screen. Lisa well past that and looks like she has a putt. Wow. She loves it. Nice. Wow, Lisa breaking that hole apart into some really manageable pieces. Now on to chase card, Holland Hanley going sidearm. Lisa took the wider gap. Holland looks like she's trying to split the gap, but catches a tree and still gets a crazy amount of distance, to be honest.
Yeah, forced to take the right side fairway now. That disc is fading towards the middle, but it's around all the trees that you want to avoid, and she's kind of zigzagging.
Yeah, she is. And back over to the right side now. Gonna swing a... Oh, I thought it was just gonna be a hyzer, but it's more of a little flex shot and in danger. Oh, wow, it's great.
Yep.
Gets a nice little roll.
Enough distance that she is over the top of that out of bounds green.
What a strange birdie. Congratulations. Holland now 2 down on the round. Back-to-back birdies there.
Back to our lead card. Hailey King's going to be top of the box. She's also choosing the same gap that Holland just chose.
But way better.
Yeah, and although that is good, it is in the middle. So she's going to be forced to probably go another forehand or maybe an aggressive backhand. It's better to land a little bit more to the left. We see Emily trying to go that direction, but she gets tangled up in one of these guardian trees.
I think that the straight gap is probably the hardest to hit for some reason.
I agree.
I don't know what it is.
Farthest away and smallest.
Missy takes the right side gap, leaves it shorter than you'd like, but it's okay.
Hanna also going right side.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, hit some branches, and she's going to be dancing with that center tree that can be a real pain.
And it's got 2 left feet.
Emily was trying to go left side, but she's forced to switch to the right side fairway.
Hanna having to go from a knee and throws that one into the ground pretty early.
Nothing worse than 2 left feet, 1 foot, and a knee.
Some strange dancing out there. Missy working this right side narrow fairway. As long as you get past that little group of trees there, it's not too bad. I kind of like the right side because you're fading away from the out of bounds line, and the whole fairway kind of slopes from right to left. I don't know. I end up doing this a lot, what Hannah's doing, and then finding OB over here. If you just don't have the angle right, you can find it so easily.
Hailey gonna do that sidearm. Thankfully, she's got some good distance, but oh, the tree said no.
No, don't be right next to it. The amount of times you land next to that tiny little tree is so infuriating.
Emily trying to go, I believe, right up the middle.
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness.
That's like the most narrow line possible. She doesn't have the fear yet. She hasn't played long enough.
She hasn't taken a 9 yet.
Not yet. Because she hasn't been in those people's yards yet. Missy trying to throw a flex line, gets caught up and does a little baby thrower.
She knows that was a pretty wild idea.
All right. Hanna throwing 5 with the OB, going right over that pizza slice. And safe, but still pretty far, looking at a double. Hailey's third. How far do you think she is?
Oh, 340?
Okay.
310?
Yeah, yeah.
It's far. It's far.
Yeah, it's more than a little more than 3 for sure.
She's a little on the short side, which means she'll have a very sharp downhill putt. It's very awkward. Missy coming in a little bit more from the right, which is great. Take the hill out of play.
Yeah, nice shot. A little bit of work left for the par, though. Emily's fourth. Here's where the sun came out, and all of a sudden you were like, wow, why do I have so many layers on?
Why did I leave my sunglasses in the car?
Ugh, tell me about it. I'm sorry if I said that to you more than 16 times. Hanna laying up her 6th. Gonna be a tap-in double. Pretty brutal.
I didn't know you said that to me because I thought it was just my brain saying it to me.
Oh, good. I was trying not to just scream it.
Hailey with this awkward downhill putt. And coming up below, Hailey dead center, just a little off on the putts. Let's see if Missy can turn it around here.
Turn it around from leading the tournament?
No, just missing putts.
Oh, okay.
She's been missing a lot of
You're
putts.
right. You're right. You're right.
She could be leading by like 6 right now.
Yeah, slacker.
Emily looking
Nice.
so confident on the green. Great
And
par.
she's even par for the round, even though she's taken a couple of bigger numbers. And
There was only 4 birdies today, 5 people getting to circle 1, 12 to circle 2 in regulation. It's just crazy how good it is to take a par today.
yeah. Colin Hanley now leading the way with that bogey from Missy. She's 2 down through 15. Hailey and Missy tied for second currently. Hole 15 is a par 3, 355 feet, teeing from out of bounds. Once again, if you do not land safe, you have to go to the drop zone. The left side cart path can come into play pretty quickly. The right side weirdly can come into play if you just push too straight. It was, what was it? Right to left?
It was,
Wait, yeah.
right to left.
Kinda-
pretty hard.
Yeah.
Maybe a little headwind as well.
So yeah, if you did what Hailey's doing here, sometimes it just held your disc out too straight for too long. And unfortunately, that looks like the case here. It feels like right to left, but then you get down there and it's more of a head.
Yeah, this tee shot is truly highlighting a game of inches on your angle. It's crazy how you can feel so good straight out of your hand, and then it's just like, whoops.
Like
I was
millimeters.
I was 1 millimeter away from the right angle.
Solid shot there from Emily. Missy swinging it out towards that OB, but plenty of stability to get all the way to circle's edge for a look at birdie.
Missy is looking really great off the tee today. Really in control of her drivers. Hanna, it's a little turn out of the hand, but it is fine. It has enough height to get all the way back. Hailey from the drop zone, it's about 80 feet, 100 feet? I don't know. I don't know really.
I mean, you can see where circle 2 is. It's easily 100.
I'm a field player.
It's a little bit more than 100.
Okay.
Have you seen anyone go from the weird right side of the drop zone? Like it's so long.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a sidewalk that splits and you can go from either side. Wow. I'm going to shut up and we can look at that instead.
Love the shrug reaction.
That's Hannah's first birdie of the day. Let's see that slow mess.
She's like, no one saw this coming, including me. And what a bounce back. What a bounce back from the double, too.
Get a little woo. Love to see it.
Emily with some tree in the way. Not able to go super aggressive.
Too much tree. See if Missy can turn it around. Dang. Oof. Hailey squeaking it in there for a bogey. Moving back to even par.
There were only 3 birdies today on hole 15, which is kind of surprising. Only 5 people got inside the circle. But 4 times that got to circle 2, almost 20 people. Congratulations to Stacy Rawlsley, Eliezer Midling, and we got to watch Hanna win with her circle 2 putt. Not quite as many colors on the scorecard today, birdies or bogeys.
Yeah, a little cleaner out there. Except for this hole.
Yeah, the island hole. It was a tailwind today, which on paper should make it so much cleaner, but we hate paper and we don't love this hole.
Paper and all this water don't really mix, you know?
Yeah. It was tough to get there. It was tough to get there with the crosswind yesterday, and the tailwind definitely made it difficult in its own new type of way.
There is a safe play you can take out to the right, but very few people do it. There's a drop zone if you don't land safe that no one really runs.
Oh, my goodness.
May the 4th be with you. This guy was in
No
full
red,
costume.
No red flags, just a red lightsaber.
A lot of red lightsaber today. Really leaning towards the dark side, you know?
There was 32 out of bounds strokes on the FPO side. Emily Weatherman, not one of them.
No. That was fantastic. Making it look easy.
Missy Gannon floating something out to the right, giving it the right amount of distance.
Wow, so good.
A green lightsaber in her favor.
That's great. Missy, Thrasher, Emily, Star Destroyer.
Hailey King making a correction from yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to be safe on the island.
Bringing out the gun show.
Landing only 4 feet from where she hit yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Hanna from the drop zone. It's a brutal one. You won't see many people run it, especially with that headwind.
Yeah, I asked, there's a crowd out there, all pink, all flamingo-y, and I asked if anyone had run the drop zone putt, and they said, not successfully. Like, not good results.
Talk about an invitation for chaos.
Yeah.
Also, we love the whole 16 crowd. The flamingos, the pink outfits, it's the pink carpet. Oh, look at this wind gust.
Yeah, here we go. No part of it. What was your catchphrase today? Don't start none?
Don't start none, won't be none. That's not always the case because sometimes you don't start it and there still is some.
Yeah, that's true. Gosh, what a scary little 15-footer.
There were no birdies today on hole 16. It was the 3rd most difficult hole of the day. Only 6 people made it onto the island in circle 1. Only 9 people total made it onto the island.
Yeah, I miss the old tee pad.
Yeah, rip. Hole 16, you're just kind of like getting through.
Yeah, looks like Holland had a little trouble there.
Yeah.
Moves down to 1 down on the round, tied with Missy. Hole 17, another extremely difficult hole. It's par 4, only 645, but so tough to land in bounds. You see this flag line on the left side that can catch a lot of disc. There's a mandatory on the right that doesn't super come into play. It's really difficult to land close enough to the OB line on the right side to then go across on the second shot and attack for birdie. You can see just how close that wiggly OB line is. Short of the pin. It's nearly to circle 1 in places with a couple of strange little bubbles. It's a little punishing. Wow. Lisa with a really great little flex shot here.
Yeah, putting together a solid round from the 3rd card. She's going across on her second shot, gets a really favorable wind bounce, and she is good inside the circle for birdie.
Oh yeah, floats it in there.
Looking like she is a 1 with the wind today.
That's amazing. I mean, yesterday was easier conditions and there was only 1 birdie. This was mostly a headwind off the tee.
Emily catching a tree branch and getting knocked down. That might have helped her. She was kind of fading towards that OB line.
Missy disking up to a Zeus here. And that's a good shot, but going to be very risky to try to go across from there. You got to push more right like we saw Lisa's go if you want to attack.
Hailey doing the play into the trees that Erika talked about yesterday.
Yeah, I like this play.
Yep, and she is going to be wide open to be able to attack. She might be pinched on a tree, but the line is open.
Mm-hmm. And the distance is much shorter. Hanna doing the same thing, but too much height. Actually does get through, though. It's kind of the main mistake to avoid taking that line.
She might be a little short. We'll see if she's able to go. Emily's going to throw her second shot on this side of the OB area, though.
Look at the wind mess with that thing.
Yeah, getting some good distance, so she'll have a fairly short chip shot over to the green.
Hanna going to stick to this side as well, going standstill. Putter, it looks like, and going to be more left than you would like, kind of increasing the distance on the final approach.
Missy, it was a good shot, but like Erika said, a little too far left, a little too high up on the hill. The branches are a little too low, and she's going to go play for par as well.
Hailey going across. She's in a really good position here.
It's about 320 from there. We had a headwind on this shot. And she puts enough on it that she gets across, but some skips, and she's going to have some work left to do with the birdie putt.
Hanna's third going standstill. Nice stable approach disc. Might even be a fairway. It's a nice shot. And that needs to sit. Emily going to be near the circle's edge, a little bit deep on her approach, looking at a par.
Missy gets over that wonky OB line inside the circle. They pulled that OB line way closer this year.
And wiggled it.
Super wiggly.
Bummer to get across and not have a real look at it. Hailey catching some needles. I was going to say leaves, but...
Got to be technical here in the booth.
Yeah.
First real blunder we've seen from Emily on the putting green. This green was really windy. Even if it wasn't actual wind, it sounded windy.
I was going to say the flag is still.
Yeah, but it was just loud. There's like lots of little trees right there. I was thinking about it. Flags, stuff that makes it sound windy. Yeah, exactly. Shh. Hanna good for the par. There was 5 birdies today. Only 6 people got across.
3 pars and 1 bogey is not bad on 17. There's the win. Checking in with Lisa Vegas. 1 down for the tournament, having a great back 9.
Okay, I looked at this line a bunch of times.
Me too.
But I've never seen anyone do it.
I tried it in practice, but it's very tight. Lisa gets across. She is
my goodness.
lucky that it hit. If she skipped over those rocks, she would have to take it from the short side. Looking at a birdie here.
It's weird to see this flag laying down because this green was brutally windy all day. It was weird because on the second shot, throwing across the water, you couldn't tell how windy it was.
And I believe that was to go 3 down for Lisa. Let's see. Yeah, 3 down.
Jump into the hot round of the day position and first place.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Taking a really crazy line, too.
Yeah, let's wrap this round up. That OB line on the left side comes into play for most players' shots. Trying to take this gap right here. And we had a tailwind today, so trying not to get your disc to finish left. Your second shot, ideally, you're going across this pond. If you do not come to rest safely over here, it acts as an island, and you do have to take it from the short side. There is no drop zone. You just take it from where the disc last crossed. An elevated basket just adds to the cruelty.
A lot of we made it vibes on these hole 18 fist bumps today. Missy gonna take the more typical line left side of the tree. We saw Lisa go right of. Really nice shot.
Yeah, Missy really showing us how she got on lead card with how much control she has over her distance drivers.
Really great shot from Hailey here. Pushes super straight, really far.
These tee shots are all incredible.
Yeah, they are.
It was
like a right to left wind that was pushing the discs towards the OB left.
Yeah, right to left and tail. So it was really challenging to get your disc to hold on the angle you need. Emily trying to keep it low to be safe, and that's a pretty common mistake. I saw a lot of people landing short here.
She did get some favorable ground play.
But she's going to be forced to just chip up on her second shot instead of get all the way across the water and just play for par.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, great layup.
Missy going across here. It's a scary shot. It's what, 330-ish from that tree?
She's probably closer to like 300.
Okay.
The tree right behind it is 330.
Okay.
And yeah, she'll be inside the circle.
Oh, the first tree is 330?
Yeah.
Okay. Hanna going standstill? She's got to be still like 250. Yeah,
And
that hurts.
Yeah,
It looks closer than it is.
It sure does. And there was a little secret right to left wind that was really kicked up on the other side of the pond. You couldn't quite feel it on this side.
Nothing like a secret wind.
Yeah, apparently a lot of players struggled with coming up short on that shot today.
Hailey across nicely in position for birdie. Here's Emily's third.
I think once you watch people throw this shot too, it gets a little harder because you see people blast through on the backside, and then
That's the worst.
And then you watch people come up short, and you're like, okay, which one am I going to do?
There are options. They're just not great options.
Yeah.
I guess going deep is preferable, but that, I don't know, it like hurts more. Oh, Hanna squeaks over.
A lot of work left to do to save bogey here. She's probably just laying up. Yep, that's a smart play. Don't need to mess around on this green. Missy and her meter stick.
Got all the tools. Missy 1 down on the round. That was, I believe, to take the solo lead. And a good showing from Emily.
Totally.
Weatherman looks very composed, like she's been here 1,000 times.
Yeah, if she can do that 3 times in a row, that's good enough for a podium.
Mm-hmm.
Hanna with some unfortunate stuff happening on the back 9, but generally a pretty clean round.
Yeah, just a few mistakes to clean up.
Hailey so close to being so good out here. Just some more putting blunders.
But another 1 down on the day to move into, is it a 3-way tie? Let's find out together.
There was
don't forget the meter stick, Missy.
Yeah, there's only 4 birdies on hole 18. Huh. It played as one of the top 5 most difficult holes of the day.
And it indeed is a 3-way tie at the top. Lisa Fakis with the hot round. Hailey King, Missy Gannon, all 2 down on the tournament. Holland Hanley going to move up into our final spot, moving into the final day.
Emily Weatherman holds on to that 5th place position with her very solid round, and everyone else as we go is in the over par range. It was rough out there.
Hanna dropping down just outside the top 10, it looks like. A handful over par, didn't really play too badly today. I haven't even looked at the weather. Any idea what tomorrow's like?
It was supposed to be rainy in the forecast, but I think it started to be a little bit friendlier. There's a chance for some drizzles, but nothing too bad. And this week, it doesn't really matter what the weather is. It's just about finishing. It's like a marathon.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how slow it was, as long as you get
Just
to the finish
slog
line.
your way through the end.
Yeah, thanks again to the Founders Club. We've got one more round. Thanks for hanging with us on Moving Day. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 hot geese.
Honk.
Honk.